Hello everyone, how's it going? Where is my camera? I have forgot which camera I am supposed to be on. Boom! Mobile games, that's the one. Run the mobile games. I'll just turn that little ditty down, little ditty. That was Bobby Fett the Breaks Kid. A song that you've most likely not heard. So what we're here today for. Thanks for joining in. If you're watching, please share the stream out to everyone you know, because getting people to watch streams is one of the harder things that happens. And yeah, I'm just still getting used to this new microphone setup. An old new setup. One of the deals. And the light, there we go. I was wondering why we were looking grainy. So today we are playing Space Flight Simulator. Now this is a game I am pretty addicted to. This game. I play this game every day, and we're going to go straight in. We're going to launch. Oh no! The last thing I want to do is show like my embarrassing life to the world. See, this is the risk of playing a game on the mobile. I've had to put it to, I was going to say space mode, but no, I've had to put it to flight mode. Make sure my sound is off there. Let's resume this game. So, I've been playing this game a lot. One of my main missions at the moment, or one of my goals at the... What the hell's happening here? Why is there no rocket there? That sounds strange. Okay, so yeah, what I'll do is I'll show you this is my universe, right? This is my universe as we see it right now. That is Earth. As you can see, Earth has a lot of space junk in my universe. Now, let's switch to something here. Let's see what's going on. Now, this thing's about to crash into the Earth by the look of it. Whoa, what's happening here? Whoa. Now, this is quite a large experiment. As you can see, I have been practicing with creating launch platforms. So we're going to ignore that, and we're just going to go straight to the build rockets. I want to build a rocket because my mission today is I want to create a rocket that can land SpaceX style on the Earth. Now, let's clear that. I've been trying this a lot lately, and I've been failing miserably. Like, no matter how much I try it, my rockets, the legs just break off, the engines smash up. Like, there's a list of things that's going on with this, and I don't know why. And today we're gonna do it. We're going to do it today. So, I think what we'll do is, we'll go large straight away. So, first things first, with this game, I have actually bought all the add-ons and stuff for it. So, if you buy this game, normally you've got like quite a small area, and your engines only go up to this one here, which is the biggest engine you get if you in the free mode. Now, for me though, we can use this one. We've got Titans. We've got Titan engines. So I think what we're going to do is let's do, for the first one, I think I'll try and keep it nice and easy. We'll try a single stage rocket that is 8 wide. This should be good. This should be good enough. Now this engine, if we build it a little one, this engine should be able to put up, because these engines have got a hell of a lot of power. So we can't do that. So what we'll do first, or what I'm going to try doing first, let's build the single stage rocket. Let's see if it lifts off first actually. So we'll put one of these on. These little things here, they are a probe. Now the probes have got like a double use. Whilst they are probes, they can also be used to control things unmanned. So we can use the probes to, just to play as an astronaut. You don't need to risk anyone's life. It's cool. So let's see how this goes like this. Now, I don't know if I'm actually going to get sound from this or not. I really hope I do. I've got no idea if I'm going to hear this or not. So, this will be a test for both of us here. I didn't think to test this bit out. So, okay, engines on. We'll put it to, say, 60%. Let's leave it at 50, actually. Or around 50. I want to see how powerful this engine is with this setup. So let's see if this can get this off the ground at 50%. Seems fair. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that gets up into the air, okay. That's pretty cool. That's cool. Okay, so let's throttle it right up and let's see where it goes. Let's see how far it can go. So it's not climbing very fast. So we don't have a very fast rocket. But saying that, we are going fast now. Let's go to this map. Now what this is the planet's review. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to shoot this rocket up until all its fuel runs out. And then we'll see what happens. Or I might do it until it's at like 80% fuel. And then we will see what happens. Bloody hell, it's still going. Actually, you know what? Let's turn the rocket off. Let's get back here. Let's turn it to... Let's put it horizontal. Let's chuck that engine in. Let's see if we can actually orbit this. Yeah, let's get this to 75 angle. Oh, another bit. Because, I mean, we've got a lot of upward momentum just now. So we may be able to get this in orbit. Let's go. Orbit! If this gets in orbit, I'm going to be actually quite amazed. I did not think this would get into orbit. I thought this would maybe get a couple of 100 kilometres and then need to come down. No, actually, 20 kilometres and need to come down. I am really surprised by this. So, I mean, if I let this go till it's about, say, 80 kilometres, I can speed this forward a little bit. I need to get some space music here. Space music would probably be good. Like, okay. So let's orient the rocket again onto the angle. I don't know if that's the periapsis or the apoapsis. Someone will need to tell me, or I will need to buy a freaking book. So let's go. Let's go. Look at this. We're actually getting an orbit. Can you believe that? I can't believe that. It is. It is quite a shady orbit, but we are in orbit. And let me just check this. Are we actually still streaming? Because my Twitch just looks stupid. Can I... Oh, there we go. My gorgeous face. Although I will say, when I'm talking about my face, this new light I've got here, it makes my eyes look amazingly blue. Like, amazingly blue. But regardless, let's calm down on the ADHD and getting carried away. We now know that this rocket can get into orbit, as it is, with no problem. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to turn it round, and we're going to do an entry burn, and we're going to crash this thing into the fucking planet. Because that is what rockets were invented to do. Rockets were originally invented to crash into things and blow up. While we use them to get to space now, they were invented as weapons. And weapons is probably always what rockets are going to be best for. And there we go, look at that entry burn. We're going down fast. And we'll just use up all the fuel, and we'll speed that up, and let's watch an explosion. Because, I mean, explosions are fun. Although this game is still, I think it's still like very much in development mode. There's no re-entry or stuff like that. There's a lot of things still missing in it for being a space simulator. Although at the same time, I kind of like that, because it means that you're not dicking about. You've not got too much to think about. You can just build rockets and throw them into space. What more do you want? Like, let's have a zoom out. Where are we? Do the whistle. I'll start at 1,000. I'll start a whistle at 1,000. 1,300, 1,200, 1,100. Now, I don't know if my actual timing is on that. If you're in the chat and active, please tell me if you heard that rocket. I would like to know if you heard the rocket. If not, I do have ways of channeling the sound into this mixer. It's not a problem. In fact, I might actually do that because... Well, I'm not going to do it just now. I might do it for the next time. We now know that this rocket can get into space really easy. So what I'm going to do is... I'm going to put a little bit more fuel into it. Let's put another section onto this. I'm going to put a splitter on, and I'm going to put that on there. For the simple reason that I don't want it looking stupid. I don't like it looking like a bullet, you know? I just want it to look like a... I mean, it actually looks like SpaceX's Starship before it's got the nose cone and wings on it, which is actually quite cool. Although I believe the starships have got 3 engines on it, and this has only got 1. Well, should I say, the current version of Starship only has 3 engines on it. I believe that when it's actually made, it's going to have like 12 Raptor engines in it, which is... it's insane. There's no need for that sort of... Well, I guess there is. I was going to say, there's no need for that sort of power. But, I mean, I guess there is. There's actually a very good need for that sort of power. They want to get into space without dying. So let's add the legs onto this thing. Now this is where adding legs onto these things is not the hard bit. The hard bit seems to be the legs not exploding. So let's get the legs on. Now I don't know if I need to do any more sort of like actions here to make them more sturdy. So what I'm going to do is, because the last time I used legs and I actually managed to land it with a bit of control, this, like, the metal struts that everything attaches to just broke off. And it was really annoying. So what we're going to do, the plan of action for this, I'm going to try and take this rocket up to, let's take it, well, oh my god. I think the best course of action is that we take this rocket up to around... Let's say, what have I done here? Take the rocket up to 10k, which should give the engines a decent enough test to see if we can actually get to 10k with the extra weight we have put on. And then from 10k, we will try and land this. Now, obviously, before we land it, we need to get more... We need to get some control on this, because at the moment there is no control. It's just a rocket that goes up and a slight gimbal in the engine. That is not really going to control us coming back into orbit. So what we're going to do is let's add some RCS engines. I think we'll add 1, 2, 3, 4. And obviously we'll copy them. Let's unselect that. We'll copy those and we will put them to the other side. So 1, copy that. Copy that, Roger. 2, copy that. 3, making sure to get everything nice and balanced as well. Although, I mean, balance does play a part in this game at the moment, but it's not like super important there. So, okay, so we've got our rocket. We can go up. We got the struts. That means there's something we can attach the legs to, which we're away to do now. We have got something to control it, and we've got loads of explodey volatile fuel. So, I mean, for all intensive purposes, we really are pretty much ready. I can't think of anything else we might need. I mean, what we'll do is let's add a nose cone, maybe one that fits, and let's add a nose cone. Here we go. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Now, not to blow my own trumpet, but that is a fucking rocket. That is a rocket. And trust me, I know a rocket when I see one. Whatever the hell that means. Like, so let's do this, like launch. And for now, I will look at the volume that's coming off this game, because this game is actually really freaking loud sometimes when you load a rocket. So I'll make sure that's down for you. Engine is on. Let's do this. Launch in T-1. And we're off. Let's do this. So, I think what we'll do this one is, remember, we're only got up to 10k. So, I'll watch the launch in this mode instead, because this will show us exactly when we get to 10k. And I think we already need to, like, throttle down a little bit, because we're going to blast through that 10k with no problem. 4, 5. Remember, we're not looking at the height I'm actually at. I'm looking at the height ahead of me, because that's how high my the height on the screen on the map. That's how high my momentum will take me. The height at the top right, that is how high I actually am. So we've got another 1,000 on this, and then we will stop. Okay, so we are going to 10,000 1k. Cool. Okay, so let's get back into the game. Let's get RCSs on so we know it's working. Let's try and test RCS. RCS engines are pretty cool, eh? And we're still going up. That's a slowing down. We're just about to our top point. We're just at the what's it called there? The abscess ergo, and we are descending. And this is where it starts to get difficult. So we've got 67% fuel. We know this engine can easily put this up. So I'm going to put this down to 36 and let's try a slowdown burn. And that works. That's slowing us down a bit too slowly. So let's really fire this up. There we go. Look at that. The velocity is flying down. We don't want it to go too fast though. And what you've also got to watch is you don't give it so much on the rocket that we start going up and not down. So it's really, really, really not helpful. So I'm not sure, can you actually hear that? If not, I'll fix the sound on that later on. It's no biggie. So, oh, we nearly started going up there. I just caught that, see? Got distracted and almost lost it. So I think we'll get the legs out now in preparation. Let's get another burn, because we're going really freaking fast. Start zooming it out a bit. I think I'll wait till the next burn. We'll wait till we're at 4,000 feet, 4,000 meters, and then we'll really hammer it. 4, 3, 2, 1, burn. There we go. Look at that. We'll get a lot. There we go. That's going way down, way too fast. We were almost going up. Okay, so we need to back off the engine a little bit. We are going down, that is good. We want to go down, not up. 2,500. We're going a bit too fast now, we need to slow down, big thing. Okay. 2,000. Velocity is 60 meters per second. I don't know how slow we need to go to land safely, but let's put a bit more on that. Let's slow down a little bit more. Yeah, looks like it's coming up to 1,200, 1,100, 1,000. We're losing a lot of velocity, which is really, really good. We're landing on terrain. Let's get that a little bit more engine. Oh wait, just back off, or we're going to start going up. Oh, perfect, perfect, perfect. This is exactly where we want to be. Back off the engine a little bit. Oh no, we're going up. Bad. This is the problem. If you like, so let's hope that that little blast of momentum will help us. Okay, the land should be coming into view now. Let's give it another drop. And we'll start up now. Oh, okay, come on, no, don't go up. Okay, perfect, look at that. We're coming down super slow now. Oh my god, we're going up. If we do that, will that be enough? Oh, no, come on, please. Oh, we did it! Yes! First time! Look at that. Engine's off. Give it a little RCS just to show that we have landed safely. Look at that. We have landed. We've got 18% fuel. That was a successful mission. Let's pop the top off in success. Pop. And it does nothing. Hey! Okay, that was quite cool actually. Let's just destroy this now. Oh, I can't, because I forgot that if you, I did not know you could actually do that. If you destroy the pod, then yeah, you're kind of screwed there. That's not the best. Not really that good. Okay, so while I prepare for the next rocket experiment, I'm just going to flip it back to the intro screen, and I'm going to play the intro music a second. And I'm not going to do that, because if I do that, I will lose the sound that I was promising to give you. And that is not what we want. So what I'll do instead is I will just go to the intro screen while I change stuff, because this seems to be a much more sensible way to do it. Although I've maybe just screwed everything, because I just touched, oh no. The last time I touched, I just unplugged a wire that I shouldn't have. The last time I unplugged this wire, it made everything go low pitched, and it was really, really, really annoying. Okay, so let's get back to mobile games. I've got no idea. Oh, there we go. Now I can hear everything. Yay! We have got perfect sound now. Let's go back to the rocket building. See, there we go. See, I knew there was music and stuff like that. I mean, it's not like big, extravagant music, but it's music, isn't it? So what to do now? What to do with this? So, I mean, we've landed it on the Earth. That is, like, really quite cool. So I think the next step is to, the next step that has to happen for this is that we've got to go full SpaceX, basically. We have got to, like, we'll put that there, and then we'll put another one on top of it. We have got to now put a satellite into orbit, and then we have got to, well, basically, we have to now land a satellite in orbit, and then we have to get the rocket back, because that's what SpaceX do. So let's build a tiny satellite. So as you can see, I've just put 2 of them engines there. They are ion engines, low thrust engine with an incredibly high efficiency. They're alright. So I mean, we're just building a tiny, tiny, tiny little satellite. So we'll just got a little tiny fuel tank. Tiny fuel. Oh, well, actually, we'll do a few because it's not a satellite unless it's got like that, isn't it? You really need that to be a satellite. So we'll give it some satellite-y accoutrements. Come on, stick. There we go. We will give that its own control pod because that will need one. Now, what I'm going to do here is there is no actual staging in this game yet. Oh, that didn't work. So, yeah, there's no staging. So, you've got to pretty much work with it. You've got to do all your staging manually. So, let's see if I can think my way out of this one. Yeah. You've got to do all your staging manually. So, you've got to, like, think ahead of yourself. You've got to, like, think what's going to happen when. And what do you need to control it where? If that made any sense to you. It didn't even make sense to me. I wouldn't be upset if it didn't make sense. So we'll get those back. I think they're cool. Right. And we'll get that on it. Now what that'll do is... Okay, so what I've built is I've got a 2-stage setup here. So we'll look at the first, the top. The top is this. No, once we launch, let's do this in reverse order. Once we get into space and the satellite is deployed from the main rocket, we will click that top bit here, that bit there, and that will get rid of the nose cone. And then we can undo that, and that's the satellite there. The satellite has its own propulsion system. It uses ion propulsion. Following the satellite, this all launching up and the satellite being ejected off of that one there, we will take the booster and land it back on Earth somewhere, hopefully. Now, the most important bit of this mission is that I don't touch this bit. Because if I touch that bit, then the booster will lose all control. If I touch that, the booster loses its control. So, if I touch that, that's like a suicide button, basically. So, this is what I say about this game. There's no staging in it yet. So, like, if there was staging, this could be avoided because you just wouldn't put this as a stage. It would just be like a passive part that could do something but doesn't. The way we're using it is not passive. So let's try this. Now, we know the rocket can land because we have done it. We know we can get up to... Well, actually, we only went to 10k, didn't we? Let's try and make this a really, really low Earth orbit satellite. We'll try and get this to, say... Let's say 50 kilometers, and we'll see how we go there. So, we are ready at the pad. All systems go. Engine on. Full power. Tres, dos, unos. Go! Okay, we are taking off. Everything looks good. So now, you might see there's the angle bit. Because we're trying to get into orbit, we will follow that religiously. Because that will help us get a good angle into a good orbit, basically. So, I mean, we're only going for 50 kilometers, so that's... That's not too high. That should be doable to get at least a satellite up into that orbit. The rocket, I've had much faster rockets to get up to that height, but it is what it is. Once we get to around 9,000 meters, I'll start easing off the throttle. Or I might start that really soon because we're nearly at, right, so we'll take that down. Right, so we're still going forward. Put that to 75, angle 75, cool. So I mean that should be us. We're nominal. That's the term, isn't it? We are nominal. Flight is nominal. Actually, that is a lie. I mean, why is that angle so bad? Oh, what's happened? See, we're going to get up to the 50 kilometers, no problem. But I don't think we're going to land that booster. That booster is not landing. Well, let's at least see if we can deploy the satellite. The booster can just join the tons of space junk we have around this. Like, come on, we need to at least get out the low Earth orbit. Okay, cool, so that's... Right, so that's cool. So what we'll try and do is... It's going to be tricky. I don't think this is going to work. We will wait. What we're going to do is... I thought there'd be more music in this game. Is there? Let's have a quick look. Is there more music settings? Oh. I guess we have all the music on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait until we hit the... Apsis? I need to get a book that tells me rocket terms, eh? We're going to wait until we get up to this point, 33.3 kilometers. Oh, actually, should we... I think what I will try and... Oh, no. Here's the kicker. Remember what not to press. It's this one here, if I remember right. That should deploy the satellite. Yay, that worked. We have deployed the satellite. That's cool. So, because we've got a little bit of time here till we reach that. So what I'm going to try and do is exploit that. Oh my god, this is not working. It's not working. I need to wait until it gets a little bit away from me so I can click on it. Oh my goodness. This has failed miserably. No, stop it. Oh my god, no. Something just switched to... Something just broke. Ah, right. So... I broke one of the ion engines off. Great. Okay, let's see if we can at least get this... Salvage this satellite's existence. Like, come on, satellite. Orbit. Get into orbit. You can do it! You can do it, satellite! Like, let's get this on this axis at least. So, I mean, that little ion booster is giving us velocity at least. So let's try and... Come on. Let's try and get fast enough that we just do it. Let's try and... Come on, satellite. Come on. You got loads of fuel. Sadly, I don't think this is happening. I think we need some more fuel in the first stage. Yeah, this is not going well at all. Let's just I think we should just abort. Let's get rid of the cone. 'Cause, why not? Poor little satellite. It had so much going for it. I mean, look at it. It's such a cute little satellite. It's got a cute little engine. And I mean, it's not even spinning, which I thought it would be. There's quite a few satellites I've made which spun, so I think what we'll do is that I can just sail gloriously into the planet. Godspeed. But for us, we will go back to the rocket yard. So yeah, this planet takes an absolute beating from rockets, because I really don't care what happens to stuff after it. So instead of moving the top half, because it's insanely complicated, and there's no like, I wish there was like a pinch and zoom way to select items, but there's not. So what I'm going to try and do, this is a pain in the ass trying this sometimes. I think we're going to move that down. What I'm going to do is, I'll try moving these parts together. I'll try moving them like we'll just get rid of them. Get rid of them for now. We know the work. We know we can land, so that's cool. Let's get rid of them. I wish there was a way to connect my mouse into this at the same time as I'm doing this. That would be cool. So, what we can maybe try doing is, now, if we put an extra engine on, this will make this a lot more stronger. Stephen, bad with words. Stephen, bad with words. Like, let's try this. Let's get a right fucking booster at the bottom. Now, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's what I call a booster, mate. So we've added another engine. We've put on... We've chodified the bottom a little bit. Yes, I said the word chodified. Sue me. I invented words. I am the wordsmith, you know. I invent words. Let's get some structure onto this. Because fucking hell, I need... For something I need in my life, it is structure. So we get that there. Now I'm going to do what I did last time, because it was refreshing that when I did this on the last one, that it did not break, and it did actually hold the load when we landed the ship. So here we go. Now I think for this one, it's probably important. The aim for the first stage is to get the first stage pretty much into orbit on its own. Now, if we remember right, like if I remember right, what SpaceX do is when they launch their boosters, they more or less orbit the first stage as it is. Now, I say that because if you watch a SpaceX launch, and most importantly, the return phase of a SpaceX, like a Falcon booster, they have to do a deorbit burn. Now, if they have to do a deorbit burn, that kind of insinuates that they are putting it into a form of orbit before they have to deorbit. You know? Else they would just be moving to another point. They wouldn't be deorbiting. So I think maybe what we need to do here is try and get this into an orbit. Like, we need to get it into an orbit before we release the satellite. Then we need to deorbit. We need to, like, retrograde burn this booster and deorbit it. So let's try it. So now two engines. So this is going to go off like a rocket. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that pun. That's quite terrible. Right, so we go. Engines on, RCS on, full burn. Let's do this. This is going to go through the roof, through the absolute roof. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. 100. Zoom out. Oh, this thing's going nice and fast. We are going very fast. So, as I did before, oh crap, why did I put RCS on? I should have just put this on. So we're already at 20, we're at 30 angle. Yeah, we're going up really fast, really fast. This is what I call nominal. Told you that rockets are loud sometimes. Okay, 56, throttle down. No, throttle up a bit more. Get to 75 angle. Come on, come on. Okay, so we can take it down a good, we can take the throttle down a lot now, because we're already pretty much out of the atmosphere, which is good because this will save us a shitload of fuel. So yeah, let's try and let's see if we can actually get to the 50-kilometer mark we wanted to get last time. Or maybe I can't. I think if I've got around 20% fuel left, I'm probably going to be alright. So let's try this. Okay, okay. This could work. Slow that down. Let's try and see if a quick orbit burn here will work. Orbit burn. 2. Take that right down so. I don't think we're going to get this. This is going to be tricky. I mean, if we throw it like that, no problem. I mean, that is orbit, pretty much. Oh, it's a bad orbit. Right, if we just give it tiny bits. We need to get, it needs to be above 25 to be like, so that's at an actual orbit at least. So now that we are actually in a form of orbit, let's get the RCS on that. Let's deploy the satellite. No, come on. Please haven't. What are you doing? Why are my RCSs going insane? Oh, I really hope I haven't just done what I thought. Oh no, it's deployed. Awesome. We have deployed the satellite. Now the good thing is that now we're actually in an orbit. I should be able to catch it on this. Switch to. Yeah, there we go. Look, see, we've got it now. So engines are off for the moment. Let's turn the ion engines on. Let's get rid of that. Let's turn this around. Oh, I should have put some RCSs on this. Let's turn this around so we can deploy the cone and get it away out of our grills, so to speak. And there we go. We have orbited the satellite at least now. Do I think we're going to be able to land this booster? No. Do I fuck? I don't think we're going to land a booster, but we're going to at least be able to get this into a better orbit. So, ion engines on. Let's see what sort of orbit we can get. Actually, let's skip time till we're at the high point. I'm just going to say high point because I don't know the term, and I was always taught that if you don't know a word, like, don't use it because you're just going to make yourself sound silly. So I'm not going to use it, and we're going to try and boost this other high point. There we go. We have got this satellite properly into orbit. That is cool. We have actually got the orbit of this done. But let's try and get this in a slightly better orbit. You know, one that's out of the upper atmosphere. So I mean, that's at 49.5, which is really cool because that is exactly where we want it to be. Like, well, we want it to be 50 kilometers, so 49.5. Pretty damn close to where we need it to be. So let's just give this a little bit more. Man, those ion engines, they're not really powerful, but they do the job. They certainly do the job. And I mean, if this satellite was in an atmosphere like to the moon, it would really work. There we go. So we have orbited the satellite. Let's engines off. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that's gone. And we'll just leave it. That's it. It's done. It is now living its best life. Now I think this is the rocket booster. No, that is the nose. Now we have to try and find the booster. There we go. Here is the booster. So where the hell are we oriented on this? I don't know if the RCS is going to do the job we need here. Oh, it is. It is cool. That is, RCS is doing what we want. And let's take the engines down to like the absolute minimum. Absolute minimum. It's maybe worth adding an ion engine at the bottom of this thing just for deorbiting, but it's okay because it's working. We are deorbiting, so I mean, we've only got a little bit more to go. And I mean, at this rate, we're almost going to be landing back at the space center. Cause I'm sure that one there is the space center is. Orbit burned completed. Yes. So we still have 10% fuel left, which is pretty good actually. I think what we'll do is we'll skip this to where we need to be. And okay, we are there now. So we need to orient this because we are going to be coming down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do what I'm sure this is what SpaceX come down like Arsend first. What we're going to do is we're going to come in like kind of like how Starship would come in, So we're going to come in. We're going to come into orbit like so. Let's say we're coming in this way, right? We're going to come in horizontal. So we're kind of like already in the position we need to be for landing. Whoa, I need to stop this. These RCSs are destroying my fuel, which is not a good thing. Oh, there we go. And RCSs... Ah. We may need the RCSs a lot more than I thought for this. We actually need the RCS engines on big time for this. This is not cool. Yeah, we're going to run out of... We're going to big time run out of fuel on this. I mean... I can't. It's not even letting me orient the ship properly. I mean, I need to like really get it around here, and it's just not letting me do this. Okay, so let's put RCS off for just now. Let's just get ready to give it the biggest freaking burn ever. Like one of them when we get down to like 2K. This is going to be shady as hell. This. Can we even... Oh, it's letting us turn at least, so that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, this is just like the gimbal, though. This is not actual aerodynamic movement, you know what I mean? There's no real control surfaces on this. We've entered low atmosphere, so that's cool. We'll start slowing down now. Now, when you enter the Earth's atmosphere, this is where it can get funny sometimes, because at times, everything could just start spinning like crazy. So, once we're at 5, we'll do a quick burn, try and lose some of this momentum. Holding this round to try and really hope that it just comes good. Okay, burn. Couple of seconds. And that's exactly what I thought would happen. Yeah, this is what happens all the other times. As soon as you start the burns, it just like, you lose just all aerodynamic sort of power. It's really unfair. Oh, this... Oh, wait, actually... What the dickens? If I land this, I am crowning myself the fucking king of this game. 3.3% fuel left. If this happens, this is going to be so freaking cool. Engines are up really high. I'm not going to start burning until we're at like 300. Oh, this is going to be hard. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, burn. Oh my god. I did it! Yes! I cannot believe that just happened. I cannot fucking believe I did that. SteveX is go. That was... Man. What a rush. What a rush. I cannot believe I did that. I cannot believe it. Okay, let's turn everything off. Engines off. Oh dear. Oh. Quick, stand. Don't fall. You did such a good job. Come on. And if you notice that as well, I landed it on a hill. I didn't just land it on a pad or anything like that. Landed it on a hill. Look at that. Look how much fuel we have left. 0.2% left. Like, what the dickens? Yes. Now, in celebration, let's pop the top. Sorry. Well, everything's off. We've run out of total. That's it now. Obviously, once you pop the top, you lose all control, and it just becomes a lump of space junk. So that was a really good launch, that. Now, the only problem I've got now is that I'm really bad at remembering where stuff is. So, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't let you, like, I don't know if you can rename things. Or end mission. I mean, yeah, that's end of mission. I never did that. Yeah. Ended mission in space around the Earth. That was a good mission. I mean, it also neglects to mention that we landed the booster on the Earth, on a hill, on terrain, with 0.2% fuel left. I don't even think Elon Musk can work within those margins. That was clutch. That was like the epitome of clutch. I don't think I can ever pull off a clutch maneuver like that again. But I'm going to try. So I don't know what to do next. I mean, this has been a really successful little session of playing Spaceflight Simulator. So I've not done any real game streaming in so long. And I thought, well, Stevie, if you don't try it, you're never going to know if it's going to work or not. So I'm pretty happy with how this turned out today. This is a good little stream, and the fact that we've not only managed to launch 2 rockets into Earth's atmosphere and land them SpaceX style, but in the second one we done a full SpaceX mission. Basically, we sent a booster and a satellite up, we launched the booster up, we launched the satellite, we launched the nose cone off the fairing off the satellite, exactly like we would do in a proper mission. We got the satellite into a better orbit where it is now there perfectly, serving broadband to South Africa, and we landed the booster. Spaceflight Simulator. This game is pretty freaking dope. So for anyone that's watched this, anyone watching this later on video on demand, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for joining us. So this has been an enjoyable little session of Spaceflight Simulator. In the future, I'm planning to do at least one mobile phone game stream like this a week. This is just the first one. No one really knew it was coming, so I'm only aiming to do this as a short one, but in the future I want to make them a few hours long. I'm currently working on a schedule. I'll just press the little button here. So yeah, as I was saying on the stream just a second ago, I am currently working on my new schedule going forward for streaming. Now, I want to combine my main loves, which are politics and wrestling, and I want to throw some video games in there as well, and possibly talking about rockets every so often, because I am a total freaking rocket. So I mean, at the moment, what I'm thinking is that Mondays are going to be like a potpourri sort of day. If there's any big political news, I might talk politics. If there was something big political over the weekend, I might talk about that. Or if something big in wrestling happened, I might talk about that. On Saturdays, that I want to make my talk about wrestling day, because Saturdays I feel they're just a good day to talk about wrestling, especially for us in the UK. We get AEW on a Friday night. AEW is pretty much the only show I'm watching at the moment, so it gives me a good chance to watch it on Friday night, chill out, unpack everything and talk about it on stream. I'm looking to get the Prime Minister's question stream back for a Wednesday, obviously. Now, Sinan won't be able to, due to issues that arose through the lockdown, he won't be able to join us for at least the next couple of weeks, because we don't know if he's going to have a free space to stream, basically. So, in the next few Prime Minister's questions, I'll be on my own. Unless anyone that wants to talk, wants to come in and join and chat, give me a shout. Send me a DM either on the Voice Britannia, Twitter, here on Twitch, or on my own Twitter, Steve Smith VB. Chat, come over, we can have some fun. But yeah, for me anyway, for everything today, thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. Follow me for waves and waves of shit posting. I'll see you all later. Bye bye.